All right, so today we're going to be talking about cats. Speaking of cats, the cheetah will be joining us today for this quick review. Paladin, what'd you think of cats? Huh? Were you impressed? Huh? Were you impressed? No, not really. All right, so how this worked out was uh, we, me and Paladin, we made a Dollar Tree run, and we got uh, we got a few movies, and one of them was called Cats. So when I posted that on my Dollar Tree haul, I had asked which of our Dollar Tree movies should we actually review first. And so uh, two people mentioned we should either, Jason from Horrific Nightmares, JM suggested Diablo, and Josh from Hobbs Horrors said Cats. We flipped a coin, 2 out of 3, and we ended up picking up Cats to review. Now, the first thing we noticed about Cats was it's not really cats, it's Cats and Peachtopia. That's the proper name for it. And I'll share some thoughts. So, Cats and Peachtopia is a Chinese production from Light Chasers Animation, and Kids Viva. It came out in 2018. It has a runtime of an hour, about hour and 25 minutes. The DVD case said 76 minutes, but that's not right. Um, the movie is actually very, very cute. Um, and now I've heard many times people getting Dollar Tree animation and they've complained about it because it doesn't look very good. It's not Disney. Um, uh, Whatever, right? Um, I just take everything as it comes. So the title grabbed my attention. So I grabbed it and reviewed it, and I can tell you right now, the animation is spectacular. It's very, really good. Um, the stories, uh, wow, story's a little starts off with pretty surprising. Um, a young kitten named Blanket is found by a woman who takes her home and with the family, and he shares a house with an older cat. And um, one day, the older cat has basically a party, and the family comes home from the party, and there's like 20 cats in the house, and they show the family getting rid of the older cat, abandoning it. That was a I didn't know if that was could be boding well for us, but um, but yeah, that's how it started off. Blanket was left, and then eventually we see him as he gets older, and he's a big Russian blue, and he's voiced by Dermot Mulroney. Um, and he is fat and sassy and happy. Uh, but his son, whose name is Cape, is a young orange and white kitten. I don't think the color combination is a coincidence. I'm just saying. Um, Orange and white. Hmm. Uh, so his son is rambunctious and wants to know what's out on the outside. He wants to know where his mom's at. We don't know where his mom's at. We don't, we get an inkling about it, but we're not really entirely sure. So, Cape wants to explore. So he's always begging his dad to play and to go outside and explore and whatnot. Well, that just doesn't happen. Um, the dad had already done that when they threw out his older companion. He ran after him and was almost lost. The daughter found him really close. Like I said, this movie's has a little bit edgier themes than you would think for a pure kids movie. Um, uh, so the young lady who has cape and blanket, well, she brings home another pet. She brings home a bird, a macaw, and named Mac. So all three of them share this little apartment together, and finally, Cape has had enough. He wants to go. He wants to learn what this Peachtopia that his dad keeps mentioning, and he wants to try to find his mom. So he creates a rocket and he blasts out of the rocket. Now, this is in China. This is a Chinese production, so the movie is set in China. So you'll see a lot of Chinese language, writing everywhere, whatnot, and it looks to be a. It's not Peking or Beijing. It's probably another smaller town. It didn't say where they lived at, um, but he escapes through his rocket, and then he uses a paraglider, and he goes a long, long way. He's a pretty smart cat. Of course, Blanket is terrified, and so him and Mac rush out somewhat to do a rescue, and they have a lot of help along the way. Mac and Blanket, they have a lot of help finding Cape, who was come in with a group of other stray cats. The center of the story um, is around a bead that Cape is wearing that his dad got from the old stray cat, who actually Cape manages to meet after all these years. And the abandoned cat is bitter, of course, and he mentions to Cape that um, that Peachtopia isn't, it's just more or less a myth, and that he should get rid of the bead um, because it brings bad luck. Of course, in the animation story, most animation stories always have to have a bad guy, and we get a doozy in this one. We get a guy who basically is creating living molds of animals. He captures the animals and he's making living molds out of them. He's got a crew of evil raccoons that'll go around and intimidate all the other animals into helping this man out. Um, so they're pretty villainous. They still remind me of the hyenas in the Lion King. Not quite as devastating, but you know they're still assholes. Let's put it that way. Uh, so of course, dad and son end up meeting together, and they end up taking on the raccoons and defeating the villain, and they end up finding their paradise. So all in all, it's a really cute movie, and I really liked it. There's a lot of pros on it. I definitely have to mention that. I thought the voice acting was really good, led by Denver Rooney. He did throw some spirit into it. I mean, it was well acted. Um, I thought the animation was outstanding. It's really good. It's really good. I did not expect that. I thought it'd be sort of like two dimensional, but it actually plays out three dimensional, uh, and it's really rendered beautifully. Uh, uh, the story flows for the most part. It's pretty quick. It does slow down in the middle part a little bit, but it's not enough to really stall it out. But it would bore a youngster. A youngster might get a little antsy. For us adults, we could handle it. Um, so that was it. I mean, as far as that goes, I the villains were good. The raccoons were boo, those type of villains. So that was good. My only problem I had with this movie was thematically, and that was basically the two things about abandoning the cat in the first part of the movie, the first opening scene. They took the old cat and just threw it out the door to leave for its fend for itself. I didn't like that at all. Um, and I know it's a cartoon and it's animation, but I also didn't like the theme of that. It's okay for cats to live outside because as they show, they show Blanket and they show Blanket and Mac crossing the city. Well, they get almost killed just about every 10 seconds. By a car, truck, water, everything. I mean, it definitely shows that how utterly dangerous it is for cats to live outside, which makes it a little bit more confusing because at the end of the movie, they're in Shangri-La, they're outside, and everything's fine and dandy, which is not really the case. So as far as that goes, I was a little bit. It would have been nice for them to get reunited and maybe go back home, father and son, whatnot, or the cats all find a house to live in or something like that. I don't know, but um, so yeah, that was my biggest problem with the movie. Um, I, I I thought like I said, I thought the characters were fine. Um, and yeah, I was pretty happy with this. I was really pleasantly surprised, and I thought it was really good. Uh, Director writer Gary Wang is the person who put this together, and yeah, he definitely knows his way around animation, and I enjoyed this very much, and I'm glad I picked it up, and it definitely deserves a rewatch. Uh, our extras include a 3-minute interview with Dermot Mulroney, who talks about his character, and yeah, he like I said in the interview, he could definitely tell that he enjoyed his role in the movie. He enjoyed doing what he had to do, and it wasn't just a paycheck for him. He really enjoyed it, so that also is important too. Uh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out on the blog. I'm gonna leave all sorts of links down below where you can get this movie at. Links down to my blog and my other thoughts about it. And until then, I guess that'll be it. So this is Have Cheetah Will View review number 490, Cats and Peachtopia. If you liked what you heard, uh, go ahead and feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, let you know whenever I post something new, and yeah, leave a comment down below. And me and the cheetah will check it out. Paladin, are you gonna say goodbye? All right. Well, he's staring at me like he wants me to do something, so I better get cracking. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the flippity flip. And until then, peace.